Hello, and welcome to your Need to Know for May 1, coming to you from Meadow Mill. I'm Amanda. This is Alan. You can join the conversation here Tuesdays at 12:30. Feel free to comment and ask us questions in the field below. Alan, we have a ton to get through today.
Yep.
So,
don't forget it's May Day, right?
May Day. It's May 1. May Day.
Danger.
Will Robinson.
Will Robinson, yes. And you say it's a good show, right?
So there's a new Lost in
in
Space.
Space,
And
yeah.
it's so good. I watched the whole thing. Anyway. Can we get
Netflix,
to this?
right?
We're busy today.
Okay.
Let's get to this.
Okay.
It's on Netflix.
Sorry.
It's really, really good.
May
You should
Day.
watch it. Mayday. Let's start with our latest cover story, Change Agents. Tell us a little bit about this story, Alan.
All right. Well, it's about 4 women. We've profiled 4 women who live in the community who are making a difference in our lives, in our community, and in the world at large. Tracy Guy Decker, Lindsay Davis, Rabbi Sarah Marion of Temple Oheb Shalom, and Wendy Miller, who I sort of knew in high school.
Oh, yeah?
And they are doing incredible things in our community, and especially with the evolving landscape with women and gender equality, they are absolutely making a difference. So we're proud and honored to have them, and also this Pooch too. I think Rosie, the name is. Yes.
Oh, she's female too. That's good.
Yeah. She knows how to pose.
So
we have a barefoot Lindsay Davis on the cover as well.
Okay.
That's okay.
That's fine. So no, it's great. It's all really powerful, epic, wonderful women.
Yeah. Amazing stories.
Yeah, that's great. You can pick up the May issue of Jmore. It's on stands now. There's lots of goodness in there, including an interview with William Shatner.
Yes. Bill Shatner, that's right.
Good old Bill.
This is our celebrity issue. We got Bill Shatner.
Yeah.
We have Bebe Neuwirth,
Yes.
a.k.a. Lilith, and Jason Alexander, a.k.a. George Costanza.
I know. It's chock full of celebs in there this week.
Jason Alexander will be at Beth Tefillah, I think June 4th, and then Bebe Neuwirth will be performing at Baltimore Hebrew on May 10th, I believe.
There's so much going on. All right. It's
lot,
the season.
Lot going on.
All right. So now we need
a lot of celebrities, though.
Lots of celebs.
Yeah.
Pick it up. It's on stands. We need to talk about what happened in Towson on Sunday.
Yep. There was a hate crime in Towson. Towson University officials are investigating a possible hate crime at the university after 2 members of a Jewish fraternity reported being assaulted near campus on April 29th, according to WJZ.com. Baltimore County Police were told by 2 members of Alpha Epsilon Pi that they were walking to a house on Egbert Road at 2:12 a.m. when 2 suspects followed them and yelled ethnic slurs. How we assume maybe they were wearing yarmulkes, but we don't know exactly.
We don't know that they were, but maybe they were.
Officers were told that one of the suspects punched one of the victims in the face. One of the victims called 911, and officers arrived at the scene and witnessed the suspect standing over one of the victims and yelling at him.
Yeah,
so caught dead in his tracks there.
Yeah.
Detectives say both suspects appeared intoxicated and were not arrested because the incident was a second-degree assault.
Okay.
The victims have to press charges in order for the suspects to be prosecuted. Police say the suspects are also Towson students, but they have not been identified yet. The school said if its code of conduct has been violated, the suspects could be suspended or expelled. Ouch.
So this is bad.
Yeah. The lesson is don't walk at 2:00 in the morning in a neighborhood, and don't jump anybody.
Don't be Jewish in public.
Right.
Is that another lesson we should learn?
I guess so.
So, so I've actually been house hunting, as most people have heard on various shows, and I'm looking in that area, and I looked at a couple of houses on Egbert. So, had I been out at 2 a.m., who knows? Mm-hmm. We're following that story?
Yes, we are. One of our writers is on it right now,
okay.
so it'll be an ongoing story for us.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
We'll let you know when we update it. Okay, let's switch gears internationally for a minute.
Big time. Big time. Big
time.
So Iran lied big time about the nature of its nuclear program, according to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. On April 30th, Netanyahu unveiled copies of half a ton of material that make up part of what he's identified as Iran's secret nuclear files. Wow. The files, which the Israeli leader calls new conclusive proof of Iran's secret nuclear weapons program, include 55,000 pages of information and 55,000 files on 183 CDs.
That seems like a little bit outdated technology for such big secrets. I mean, how are they going to look at all those files after CDs are obsolete? Hope they're transferring them right now.
Think they already are, right?
Maybe put them on the cloud. Maybe.
Netanyahu said the files had been stored in a secret atomic archive in Tehran, where it was moved last year and locked in massive safes. The original materials, Netanyahu said, are in a very safe place.
Okay, tell us what you think that is. We want to hear your guesses of what this very safe place is.
I think it's in the clock tower of the Brahma-Seltzer Tower.
Right. And also, leave it to the Israelis to manage to get their hands on a secret atomic archive in Tehran that was moved under massive safes. I'd like to
They're nothing if not tenacious.
They found David Copperfield on his day off and got him to help out. All right,
that's right.
Continue.
Netanyahu did not appear to present evidence of ongoing nuclear activity in violation of the deal signed in 2015 between Iran and 6 world powers, which traded sanctions relief for a rollback of Iran's nuclear program. Among the documents, he said, is proof of the existence of Project Ahmad, a program to design, build, and test nuclear weapons. The program was scrapped in 2003 after the Gulf War, but work continued in other guises and with the same personnel, according to Mr. Netanyahu. Other documents also proved that the Fordow uranium enrichment facility was not intended to produce medical isotopes, but uranium for nuclear weapons. President Trump is set to decide by the middle of next month whether the United States will remain in the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, as the deal is known. Netanyahu said he is certain that Trump will do the right thing.
Yes, we're all very certain of that. If you're just joining us, this is Jmore's Need to Know on Facebook Live. Share, like, and follow at #Jmore Need to Know. So, speaking of that incident in Towson, which maybe they were wearing yarmulkes, we're not sure, but Europe is currently in the middle of a whole debate about whether observant Jews should wear yarmulkes in public. We posted a Facebook poll, very informal, and most of our users voted that European Jews should still stand up for their beliefs. So thumbs up if you agree to that. But as a result, something pretty cool happened in Berlin.
Yeah.
In Berlin.
Berlin.
Easiest word in all of this. Go ahead.
Pretty amazing story. 6,000 white satin yarmulkes were given out by 70 volunteers in 5 parks in Berlin on April 29th in an event planned by 3 non-Jewish friends to counter a recent anti-Semitic incident targeting a man wearing the head covering.
And he was not Jewish, just as an aside. He just wanted to see what would happen if he put one on. Now we know.
Right. They dubbed their kippah action Kopf Hach, which means keep your head high or cheer up.
I like that.
Volunteers started handing out the yarmulkes early in the afternoon of April 29th. Within an hour, the green lawns of Monbijou Park in the Mitte district were dotted with kippah wearers. The event follows a kippah flash mob and a rally last week, which drew some 2,500 concerned Berliners to the doorstep of the Jewish Community Center in former West Berlin. A recent increase in anti-Semitic incidents has been met by calls for tougher action against perpetrators. And I think I told you before, it reminds me a little bit of in Montana a few years ago. There was a small town. They might have even made a Hallmark movie about this. But a small town in Montana that had an anti-Semitic incident. And as a result, all of the non-Jewish, which was most of them, people in the community put menorahs out in front of their windows when Hanukkah came around. So it reminds me a little bit of that.
It is like that. Everyone put them on. I mean, there were Muslims wearing yarmulkes, there were women, everyone, which I think is great.
Pretty cool.
So if you were a European Jew right now, what would you be doing?
Well, I think they should always have the right to wear a yarmulke, but of course, I think anybody with any common sense would be a little bit nervous, especially in places like France, about wearing a yarmulke in public. But I don't think that means that they shouldn't do it.
Right. It's just hard to say because we're not there living it.
Right.
I agree with you, though. All right, so now
there's parts of Baltimore, Maryland, America, even Towson, where you got to be a little careful.
A little bit.
Obviously.
It's scary times that we're in.
Right.
All right. speaking of scary things,
Yes.
Harvey Weinstein. There's
Yes.
an update.
Harvey Weinstein, yeah, he's being sued by Ashley Judd.
Good.
On April 30th, Ashley Judd said that the former movie mogul hurt her acting career in retaliation for her rejecting his sexual advances, according to CBS. In a lawsuit filed in L.A. County's Superior Court, Judd accused Weinstein of defamation, sexual harassment, and violating California's unfair competition law. Central to the suit is director Peter Jackson, who said in December that Weinstein had warned him 20 years ago that Judd was a nightmare to work with. Some people think Harvey Weinstein was a nightmare and should be avoided at all costs. Jackson was considering Judd for a major role in his Lord of the Rings movies. And yes, I never saw any of the Lord of the Rings movies.
Don't even.
I'm sorry.
And another
Kyle,
thing to put on the list.
you have.
And they're amazing, right, Kyle? Right?
They're supposed to be amazing.
Yeah, they are amazing. Jeez,
Okay.
Alan.
Sorry. Weinstein's company at the time, Miramax, held the rights to the film. About a year earlier, at the Peninsula Hotel in Beverly Hills, Weinstein, in what was supposed to be a breakfast meeting, a business breakfast meeting, that is, appeared in a bathrobe, asking Judd to watch him shower and to let him massage her, according to the lawsuit. Judd, 50, had no idea why she wasn't cast in the Lord of the Rings films until Jackson came forward last year, according to the lawsuit. Weinstein has denied trying to derail Judd's career and said he had no role in Jackson's casting. The Reuters news agency reports a Weinstein representative issuing a statement saying that he neither defamed Ms. Judd nor ever interfered with her career.
And nevertheless, she persisted.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what role she was supposed to have, but, was she supposed to be Liv Tyler's role? Was she supposed to be Kate Blanchett's role? I don't know. But
well, as I told you earlier, I don't think I've ever seen a Ashley Judd movie where Morgan Freeman wasn't somehow
Morgan
involved.
Freeman needed to be a wizard in there.
That's like a running joke in my family. Like, why are they always in the same
They
movie?
just hang out together.
I guess so. They're good. They have good chemistry.
I think they both have like that some sort of Delta background. So they do.
Oh, right. Well, he's from
they do
Mississippi.
right, and
I don't know where she's
she
from.
does some things in the Delta that I know of.
I mean, they're both very talented people.
Yes.
But I think they could do their separate movies.
But the whole okay, that's
Get on
neither
with their
here nor
career.
there right now, Alan. The whole problem. This is an example. This illustrates the whole problem with wielding that kind of power. It affects everyone's careers. Like, I mean, if allegedly everyone knew what a creep Weinstein was, but Peter Jackson still didn't cast this person because, he was probably afraid of the repercussions.
Powerful guy.
We like to think. And who knows what Ashley Judd's career could have done. I mean, she's doing fine. She's fine. But
she's done very well for herself. She's a great actress.
Who knows what would have happened after that. I mean, it just shows how that trickled down, how it affects it affects an entire industry, and that was the original problem.
And we were talking a little bit about Bill Cosby, which of course came up late last week, and I don't think it was until the conviction I really thought about the role that he kind of has played in my life.
He was really
because he's always been there with whether watching as a kid Fat Albert or seeing even as an elementary school student. He was in instructional videos about bigotry, and of course his TV show in the 80s. He's always been there. He was a groundbreaking actor with I Spy, and of course his comedy. And it's really upsetting. It's very upsetting.
He had us all fooled.
He had us
all
snookered.
of us. Generations of us were fooled by
Pretty
that.
amazing.
That's insane.
I mean, he really tarnished quite a career and a legacy.
And everything else. I mean, like, just imagine being Felicia Rashad right now.
Yeah.
Like I don't
pretty
even.
creepy.
I guess we haven't even heard from her. Probably she's staying quiet.
I think she has always said that she defended him, that she never had any problems with him.
All right. Well, anyway, moving on.
Okay.
Give us a J word of the day, not related to those two, but related to this month's cover story.
Definitely not related to those guys. The word is tzaddik. It's a Hebrew word, and it means a righteous soul, an exceptionally good person. Wow.
Yeah.
Usage, my Zaidi, my grandfather of blessed memory, he was a real tzaddik to everyone he met.
And all those women in this cover story are real tzaddiks.
Right.
Tzaddiks.
There you go.
All right. So before we go,
maybe Rosie as well.
and Rosie's a tzaddik. Before we go, I have one more thing to discuss.
Oh, okay.
Big one.
Yeah.
So we're publishing a special JBiz issue in June.
Yep.
It is all about Jewish entrepreneurs, which is a word I obviously can't say very well. In conjunction with that project, JBiz guest editor Betsy Boyd will be taking over the Need to Know on Facebook Live for a few weeks. She's going to join me next Tuesday, and we'll tell you all about the project. And then on May 15th, Betsy's going to be joined by cannabis lawyer Jonathan Walks. So you guys are definitely going to want to tune in for that one. Get your advice on how to start your cannabis business.
You didn't say cannibal, right? You said cannabis.
Cannabis, okay. Smoke and toke. On May 22nd, Alan Hirsch of Donna's will be here.
Yay. Wow.
And we'll find out what's next for him. Mm-hmm. And on May 29th, writer-producer Laura Wexler, who most of Baltimore knows from Stoop Storytelling, will be on the show. So, additionally, you can find out information about our June 13th JBiz networking event at jmoreliving.com/JBizTix, and that's TIX. And that's it. So, we'll see you next week, and have a safe and happy one.
Have a good May Day.
May Day.